Hello, this is Reiki Master Angelia, and today we are starting Reiki and Natural Healing Level 3 training program. Hopefully you take 1 and 2. If you haven't taken 1 and 2, stop, go back, do that. It don't work if you skip ahead. It's building upon layers kind of a thing. So to start out, we're going to talk about Reiki Fire by Frank Arjava Patter, the benefits of Reiki. Be more sensitive to the energy of people, things, and places. Increase compassion and go to deeper levels in meditation. Stabilize emotions. Balance overall health and improve sleep patterns. Speed wound healing, sinus, jaw ailments, cataracts, jet lag, and exhaustion. Enjoy a gentle equilibrium of body, mind, and soul, and relax stress and fear. Be more alert. Improve memory. Be more responsive to life and have more fun. Practical use of the Reiki symbols. Wash your hands before and after each Reiki session, even if you're just treating yourself. That's to get rid of any stale energy you don't want hanging around. Both giver and receiver should wash their hands and take off all metal. Now that's controversial. Some people say energy can get stuck in the metal, but when we're using universal energy or the Holy Spirit to heal, I don't believe it's going to be worried about getting hung up in your metal. That's my opinion on that. Use the power, the Choke-A-Ray symbol before and after each Reiki session, if that's the symbol you're using. Breathe into each Reiki symbol before using them. Imagine the power symbol in both of your feet chakras, in the arch, and in your hara, your pelvis, 2 inches below your navel, and in your hand chakras in the center of your palm. So you imagine these symbols, grounding you, getting ready for you to do Reiki. This puts the practitioner in their balanced center. This technique is helpful when scattered mentally or emotionally. Claim here and now 3 times to discourage intrusive mental wanderings. The following method helps with karma resolution. Draw the distance healing symbol, the Honsha Zei Shonin, if that's the symbol you use, or whatever symbol you use, on the person who has the unresolved past. Then draw the emotional symbol, Senhi Kai, or whatever symbol you use. Ask for forgiveness to fill this situation. Use the distance symbol to connect with God consciousness. You can connect with anything beyond time and space with this symbol. Pain management. Use the distance symbol to create a distance or gap between you and your pain. Because remember, sometimes it's all about mind over matter, and we can ask for anything. This is good if you are in the dentist chair or have a migraine. Definitely, if you have a migraine. Protection while traveling. Use the distance healing symbol and repeat, safety, 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 when driving in your car. See? And 1 through 2, you thought you learned, the basics. Now we're digging in a little deeper stuff, aren't we? Energize food. Use the power symbol to clear the energy of pesticides and negative emotions of processing in your food and drink. Now, a lot of us who, are religious people, we bless the food and drink before we intake it anyway, but some people don't. So that's something that you might not have thought about before. Energized medicine and supplements. And I do this every day when I take my 4 medication pills and my 24 ingredient Chinese medicine tea every day. Use the power symbol to accelerate potency and absorption. Treat computers and other machines with Reiki also. And I will, pray over it if it's acting funny, because sometimes funny stuff happens, Potted plants. Hold the pot in your hand and let the energy flow into the roots for additional natural fertilization. Personal growth requires determination and dedication, but it is aided by the Reiki symbols. Pets. They can benefit from all the Reiki symbols. And actually, I knew a woman, she was one of my referral partners, who did Reiki on pets. She might still be out there doing that. You can Google that and see. Solving old problems. One of the side effects of Reiki is that many unresolved problems bubble up in order to be resolved. Write the power symbol and the emotional healing symbol on a piece of cloth and put it under your mattress to bring a healing resolution. Reiki box. Set up a Reiki box and put something that represents all the things you want to work on inside this. Hold it every day for at least a week and let Reiki flow through it. And if, you're new at doing that, you're not sure how long you should do that, a minute, 5 minutes, whatever feels right to you. Internal travel. Use the distance symbol and reduce your consciousness to a tiny dot. This is usually better if you're laying down somewhere or in a chair leaning back. Take a journey inside your body, traveling through your muscles, organs, and body parts. Notice dark spots or dense energy forms and send Reiki in this area, or you might feel like a heat, buzzy sensation if you are visualizing through your body. Breathe into these areas. Note the colors that you observe and record them. Review your day and your life. Before going to sleep, imagine the power symbol. Go backwards from night to morning, clearing the energy of each event with the Reiki Seiheki symbol, if that's the symbol you use. This prevents your day's undigested experiences from invading your sleep and future karma. You can go back into childhood and clear old traumas in the same way, going backwards from the present to the past. Energize your whole day upon rising using the distance healing symbol. And now I have coaching clients who we've done coaching, they've been through counseling, support groups, and this is just another tool if you have childhood trauma that can, help you. You can initiate yourself with the Reiki Master symbol to connect with the divine spark of your higher self or your soul. This goes beyond all words and calls one into the center of existence found only in silence within and without. This takes you into a quantum leap from mind to no mind or subconscious. Self-inflicted barriers disappear and all is one. Life becomes simpler and more joy-filled as everything is without need for change. That's a Zen concept then, just kind of, it is what it is. Do your best, go through life, flow, Okay, the Hayashi Healing Guide. This healing guide was developed by Dr. Hayashi, and he gave it to all his students. It lists a wide range of illnesses and conditions and the hand positions his research indicate work best to treat them. Remember, this is just a guide. The use of Byosin scanning and your own intuition can be used in addition to or instead of the hand positions indicated here. Head. First, the head, including brain diseases and headache. The front of the jaw. So you would put your hands to the front of the jaw, like that. The temples, like that. The back of the head and the back of the neck. So the back of the head and the back of the neck. Top of the head. So it would be the top of the head. Note, with any disease, you can include head treatment as a part of the disease treatment because, you know, how you feel about it, it also plays a part. In the case of headache, you should very thoroughly treat the place on the head that is aching. And I had to do that yesterday. I had a killer one cropping up, and I was like this, you know, asking for some healing. 2, eyes, including all kinds of eye diseases, conjunctivitis, trachoma, glaucoma, nearsightedness, trichiasis, ptosis, cataract, glaucoma, and any other eye disease. Okay, your eyeballs, you put your hands over your eyes like this. Inside corners of the eyes, you would do it like this. Outside corners of the eyes, you would do it like this. And the back of the head, where your eyes would be. Note, even though one eye has a problem, you treat both eyes. You also treat the kidneys, liver, pelvis, and other areas. 3, ears, including all kinds of ear diseases, tympanitis, external otitis, ringing ear, hard of hearing, etc. 1, the auditory canal, so you would go right over the auditory canal. Depression just below the ears, so there's actually, you know, right there a depression, and you would go right there. The high bone behind the ears, or the mastoid bone, some of you all who've had allergy issues know about that. Excuse me, and the back of the head. Excuse me. Note, even though one ear has a problem, treat both ears. In the case of diseases which follow colds, such as tympanitis and parotitis, you must treat bronchi and hilar lymph. So, you know, you also do your chest and your throat area where, you know, the lymph are there. Pay attention to the other areas of your body, anything that feels hot. And again, once you're doing Reiki, you'll start to get a feeling when you're scanning for the hot areas, and that's what needs to be treated. Teeth. In the case of a toothache, treat from the outside at the root of the tooth. So you would do it like that. And I've got major jaw problems myself, so I do quite often, you know, ask for some healing in these areas. 5, oral cavity. Shut the mouth and then treat the lips by holding the palms on them. So you would do it, you know, like that. And also, if you have esophageal ulcers, any kind of ulcers, you'd also want to treat that. The tongue. Press on or pinch the diseased part of the tongue. You know, if you can't stand to do that, just send Reiki there. Treat the roof of the tongue from outside the mouth. If you find this technique difficult, then press both arches of the feet forward. meaning you would lean, forward and do that. But again, you can just stick it out and send it, with your hand. Digestive organs. 1, stomatitis. You want to treat the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, the intestines, and the liver. And your hand positions for all these things, of course, are over that particular organ. Thrush. You want to treat the mouth, the tongue, the esophagus, the stomach, and the intestines. And of course, usually it's babies that get thrush, but some adults do. I've heard of it. The liver, heart, and the kidneys. Note, to heal the tongue, treat the arches of the feet as well. And this goes back to the reflexology points. So you might want to treat, your hands and feet as well. Saliva. And not many people know if they have saliva issues, but sometimes you do. So you would treat your mouth, the root of the tongue, the stomach, the intestines, and the head. Or for the esophagus, stricture of the esophagus, dilation of the esophagus, and esophagitis. You would want to treat the esophagus, the cardia or solar plexus, the stomach, the intestines, the liver, the pancreas, the kidneys, and the blood exchange, which, goes on there. In the case of esophageal cancer, the prognosis is most likely not very good. But you can certainly prolong things. It's like I found out, in stage 4 myelofibrosis, the record is 22 years. So I'm taking my meds, I'm doing my Reiki, I'm hoping to beat that. I'm hoping to be the record breaker. Number 5, stomach. Acute and chronic gastritis, gastric atony, gastric dilation, gastric ulcer, stomach cancer, gastrotrombosis, some of these words, neurologic stomach ache, neurologic dyspepsia, and gastrospasm. You want to treat the stomach, the liver, the pancreas, the intestines, the kidneys, the spinal cord, and the blood exchange. Note, if the condition of the cancer is obvious, the prognosis is most likely not very good. But again, you can certainly do it and help prolong your life. Number 6, intestine. Intestinal catarrh, constipation, appendicitis, vermiform process, ileus, invagination, intestinal volvulus, intestinal bleeding, and diarrhea. And also I would include in that oh my gosh, the name of it is actually diverticulitis. That's what I mean there. You include that in there with the intestinal problems. And you want to treat the stomach, the intestines, the liver, the pancreas, the kidneys, the heart, the blood exchange, the lumbar vertebrae, and the sacrum. Number 7 is your liver. For liver congestion, hyperemia, abscess, sclerosis, hypertrophy, atrophy, jaundice, and gallstones, even though that's gallbladder, it's in that area, etc. You're going to want to treat the liver, the pancreas, the stomach, the intestines, the heart, the kidneys, and the blood exchange. Note, a few days after the treatment, gallstones will break into pieces by themselves and will be eliminated from the body. And I've actually heard of this happening. It did not happen to me. I had to have my gallbladder removed, but that's before I knew anything about Reiki. So I can't swear it doesn't work. In the case of liver cancer, prognosis is most likely not very good. But again, you can prolong your life, and miracles do happen, you know. So all you have to do is pray and, you know, hope that whatever God's will is what's best for you. And of course it is. Number 8, the pancreas. Liver cyst, ptosis, hypertrophy, etc., diabetes. You want to treat the pancreas, the liver, the stomach, the intestines, the heart, the kidneys, and the blood exchange. Note, in the case of pancreatic cancer, prognosis is most likely not very good. But again, miracles do happen, and you can certainly prolong your life. There's no downside to trying. Peritoneum. You want to treat the liver, the pancreas, the stomach, the intestines, the peritoneum area, the bladder, the heart, the kidneys, and the blood exchange. Number 8 is the lung or lungs. Pulmonary edema, abscess, pulmonary tuberculosis, emphysema of the lungs, or any other lung disorder. You want to treat the lung area, the heart, the liver, the pancreas, the stomach, the intestines, the bladder, the kidneys, the spinal cord, and the head. Note, in the case of women, regardless of their age, always treat the womb and the ovaries. During blood exchange is effective, but do not do it with very weak or with very sick patients. Number 9, the pleura, both dry and moist. So you're going to want to treat the chest area, the heart, the liver, the pancreas, the stomach, the intestines, the kidneys, and the blood exchange. Cardiovascular diseases, the heart, endocarditis, heart valve diseases, various symptoms of pericardium, various symptoms of the heart itself, palpitation, angina pectoris, and any other heart diseases. You're going to want to treat the heart, the liver, the stomach, the intestines, the pancreas, the kidneys, the spinal cord, and the blood exchange. Number 2, the arteriosclerosis, aneurysm, cardiac asthma, any other disease like this. The same as treating heart problems, so you would go back to the heart thing we just said and treat all those areas. And then the bronchi and chest area. Urinary organ disease. The kidneys, kidney congestion, anemia, atrophy, sclerosis, hypertrophy, abscess, wandering kidney, pyelitis, kidney stone, uremia, and filariasis, and any other kidney disease you might have. You're going to want to treat the kidneys, the liver, the pancreas, the heart, the stomach, the intestines, the bladder, the head, and the blood exchange. The second one, cystitis, urinary retention, uremia, urgency, pain when urinating, anything, like this in the bladder area. You're going to want to treat the kidneys, the bladder, the urethra, the prostate gland, the womb, and treat everything pretty much the same as you would do the kidney diseases. In your viscous, you're going to want to treat the bladder, the intestines, stomach, the kidneys, the spinal cord, the head, and the blood exchange. For neurological problems, like after you have a stroke and you can't talk right, cerebral anemia, cerebral hyperenemia, and any other neurological problems that you might have. There's a host of them. Can't even name them all. You want to start with your head. Treat that. Treat the heart. Hysteria. You want to treat the womb, the ovaries, and also your male counterparts. The stomach, the intestines, the liver, the kidneys, the head, the eyes, and the blood exchange. Nervous breakdown or insomnia. You want to treat the stomach, the intestines, the liver, the pancreas, the kidneys, the eyes, the head, the blood exchange. Note, be careful with maxillary empyema, because, you know, that's a medical thing, you know. Meningitis, which unfortunately made a comeback there for a while, and they have vaccines that I hope you're getting for your kids. The head, mainly the back of the head and back of the neck. Note, mainly treat the head in order to heal the cause of the disease, such as the nose, forehead, and inflammation of the head. Also, in order to heal remote organs diseases, such as gastritis and pneumonia caused by erysipelas. The same for tuberculosis 1. Epidemic cerebrospinal meningitis, because there's different kinds. You want to treat your spinal cord, the back of the head and back of the neck, heart and the stomach, the intestines, the liver, the kidneys, and the bladder. Note, mainly treat the spinal cord, back of the head and back of the neck. Myelitis, spinal cord, weakening of the spinal column, which I have, weakening of the spinal column. The spinal cord in general you want to treat, the stomach, the intestines, the liver, the bladder, the kidneys, the head, and the blood exchange. And about this time is usually when I have a student say, if you're worried about the spinal cord and all that, why you care about treating this other stuff? And the answer is absorption of vitamins and minerals that will help keep your spinal column strong. So by treating the stomach and the intestines and the liver and these other things, your kidneys, you're helping the absorption of these organs to get these needed minerals to your bones. That's why. Okay. Well, that was our bell, so that's all for today. Excuse me. Hope you found that educational and informational. And that's all. Until next time.